Let's go to Kaipara now, where a community is grieving the loss of 8 men, one of whom is still missing at sea. 3 days after the Fransi charter fishing boat capsized, crossing the bar in really treacherous conditions, the family of Taulagi Afamasaga are keeping vigil at the Parakai wharf in the hope the sea will return his body. Earlier this afternoon, Taulagi's daughter, Amy Yero, and then his niece, Barcelona Afamasangi, told me about their father and their uncle.
So today myself and the family have come down here down to Parakai wharf, because this was the last place that my dad was. This was the last place his feet were before he jumped onto that boat. So we just wanted to come and feel the land and the surroundings that he was before he hopped onto that boat on Saturday. So, yeah.
I don't know what to ask you, because all the questions seem redundant, and it must be such a tough time for you and your family, because what a wonderful man your dad was.
He really was. We're all barely hanging on at the moment. It's hard to breathe, it's hard to eat, it's hard to have a shower, be warm at home in the comfort of your own home. We don't know where he is. He's out there somewhere, cold, wet, shivering. We don't know if he's alive or if he's passed away out there. We don't know if he's hungry. So at the moment we're really taking it hard, especially at night time, when everything's so calm and everything's so still. We don't know where he is, so we just really want him home. It's really hard at the moment.
Yeah, I bet. Can we talk about the trip? It was a wonderful day for the boys, and they loved their fishing trips. Yeah. And I know your dad loved his fishing, but it was also about bringing fish home for everyone, right?
Yes, that's right. They loved fishing, and they went fishing at least once a month, but the main purpose of them going out fishing was to always bring home fish for their friends and their family. They really wanted to care for their family and feed their families, so that was one of the main purposes why they actually went out all the time, was to bring food home for their families. Yeah.
And did you ever talk about that harbour and that bar, and that it was a particularly tough, demanding piece of water? Was that ever a conversation that you had with your dad, or was it something that he just didn't talk about?
No, well, Mum was saying to me, because she usually goes out fishing with them. It just so happened that she decided not to go because she said it was cold, and it wasn't summer yet, so it wasn't hot enough for her to actually go out. So she decided to stay that day and let him go to fishing. But she said to me, it is so rough out there, so dangerous. When they go out with the waves, but when they come back in, it's just anything can happen. It's so rough out there, and we can't understand why they would have gone out there if it was so rough. So we're still trying to ask questions in our minds why they may have gone out that day. We are aware that out there, that's where they can catch really beautiful large fish, so that may have been the decision that they had taken that day. We don't know. We can't blame anyone either, because it would have been potentially a collective decision for them to all go out. We don't know, so we can't speculate, and we can't blame anyone for what's happened.
Had he been on that boat before? Had he been on the Fransi before, your dad?
Yes, multiple times. He's been on there at least once a month. At least once a month he'll go out fishing.
And bring back a great catch of snapper, right?
Always. And he'd always give them to his friends and his family. So he was always on that boat and always came home with a great catch. Always. Yeah.
Amy, you've got your cousin, I think, Barcelona, standing beside you, and we're going to talk to her in a sec, but who else is okay. Out there? Is your mum there? Who else is there?
Yeah, so my mum's here, my 2 aunties, my other cousin, and my husband's out here today.
Just to be with your dad?
Yeah, just to talk to him, give him some flowers, write him a little letter, just to know that we're thinking of him and we want him to come home. We want him to come home, yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Barcelona, it's John. It's so nice to talk to you. I'm so
Hi,
sorry.
John.
Hello. I'm so sorry about your uncle. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Barcelona, tell us about Taulagi. What was he like? What are you thinking of when you're there?
Just the thought of being here just gives me great memories of him just being a real humble, caring family man. Whatever we needed, he was always there. Growing up, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. Mum was just a single mum, and he was our backbone of our family and the foundation that held it down for us. He schooled us, he supported us no matter what, and he was just such a proud man. And whatever we were trying to pursue in our life, he was just always there and so proud. And just standing here today, it just still seems so unreal. Because he should be here with us. We should be all here together with him.
So he was more than an uncle to you. Did he support your family and encourage you and help raise you and support your mum and all that stuff?
He did. He was like a father to me, and he was the third youngest of their 10 siblings, and he acted like he was older out of everyone. He was just a loving man. Never complained about anything in life. He always tried to achieve everything, and he always seemed to make it so easy. He just had that calm sense of aura about him, and he brought that into our family, because our family can be quite chaotic, but he was just the only peaceful, calm one. Always talks with a smile on his face. And the last time I spoke to him was Friday afternoon. I was home alone because most of my family were in Australia on holiday, and he asked me, "Are you okay? Do you need any food? Are you alright?" And I was like, "No, I'm okay. Well, I just thought I'll let you know I'm going fishing tomorrow, so I'll see you Sunday morning with a good catch." Sunday morning, I was still waiting for him.
Oh, Barcelona, gee. Barcelona, were they safety conscious, these boys? Do you think they would have had life jackets on as they were coming back in over the bar?
From what I believe and heard that when me and my cousin talked about, we were told that there were life jackets on board, but we are not too sure if they were worn. And we just want to send a message out there to those who decide to go out there fishing. Just take caution and just be prepared and be safe, because anything can happen.
Barcelona, you and Amy have done Taulagi so proud. Seriously. We were talking to Barcelona, who was Taulagi's niece, and to Amy, who was his daughter. We recorded that interview earlier this afternoon when they were out standing at the dock where he was last seen, where he left land on Saturday to go out on that fishing trip. His body has still not been recovered.